welcome to Flip Lesson 63 for the 6th grade. Today we're continuing looking at mixed numbers. This time we're going to subtract mixed numbers so that we can understand exactly all the steps involved with that. So once again, as you look at the first problem, you see 7 7/8 minus 3 1/6. Now this problem does not have a common denominator in the fraction. So we can't go ahead and start subtracting. So the first thing we need to do is find a common denominator. I look at the number 6 and I look at the number 8, and the first thing that comes into my head is the number 24. And that might not be the first number that comes into your head, but hopefully you're writing it down because it's going to be the easiest way to do this problem. So I know 8 times 3 equals 24, just like 7 times 3. So it's going to be 21 or 24 here. And then it's 6 times 4, 4 over 4. And this one, I'm going to get a 4 over here like this. So now I have my fractions, and I can subtract them. So 21 minus 4 is going to give me, I'm going to throw it back over here, that's going to give me a 17. 24ths. Now I can do 7 minus 3, it's going to give a 4. So we have those steps. So first of all, finding those common denominators in the fractions. Let's take another example. Here we have 5 3/5 minus 3 2/3. Looking at the 5 and the 3, I see common denominator is 15. So the common multiple is 15. So 5 times 3 is 5 over 5. It's going to be 10. And 3. So the first thing I recognize is that to subtract, since this is subtraction, I'm subtracting a 9 minus 10, which I cannot do. If I have 9, I can't subtract 10 from it. So the next thing I have to do is now I have to come over here and I have to start borrowing. Right? And just so we don't get confused with what the problem is, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this so that we're not getting all our things jumbled up, which I think is a good thing to practice doing, especially if you're making mistakes on problems like this. Just to go back and write. So since our 9 right here is too small to subtract from 10, we have to borrow. We're going to borrow from the 5. This becomes a 4. And our next step is to add 1, right? We just borrowed a 1, so we've got to add a 1 to our top fraction. So that's going to be 15 over 15. And so in the end, we're going to add these two ideas together. So that would be, common denominator would stay 15, and 9 plus 15 is going to give you 24. Now that I have that, now I can subtract, right? It's going to be 24 minus 10 15ths, which is going to give us an answer of 14 15ths. Let's go to page 14 15ths. And now I can go over here and finish 4 minus 3 is going to give me a 1. And I'm going to put that over here so we can very easily see our answer of 1 and 14 15ths. So we have that example. A few more steps to solve this problem, but we do get our final answer. That's it. That's how it works. So first of all, finding that common denominator between the fractions, and then as you subtract, remembering how to borrow that 1 from the whole number if necessary. That is with less than 16.